Lauryn Hill, she just recently made headlines for addressing her tardiness at a recent concert she had. And let me first by saying that Lauryn Hill is a legend. She is an icon in this industry of music, in the entertainment industry. I've known about Lauryn Hill since the early 90s when she was in Sister Act 2 and just did a great acting performance in that film and, of course, singing performance. And then you follow that up with her performance with the Fugees. I mean, that was iconic, that particular album. And then she followed that up with the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Of course, we know that's an iconic album, one of the best albums of this era. In fact, it's even at the Library of Congress. So for generations, people will know about Lauryn Hill and her music. So there's no denying that she is a force, is a talent. But she does deal with some issues, it seems, when it comes to her performances. And like I said, she finally addressed the tardiness that seems to occur at some of her concerts, and this is what she said.
Yeah, she's late. She's late a lot. Yo, y'all lucky I make it on this blood rise stage every night. I don't do it because they let me do it. I do it because I stand here in the name of God, and I do it. Who surrounded me with family and community when there was no support, when the album sold so many records and no one showed up and said, hey, would you like to make another one? So I went around the world and I played the same album over and over and over.
So now when I heard this, I was taken aback. I mean, to me, when you look at life, yes, Lauryn Hill is a great talent. She is masterful with her writing, etc. But, you know, there are two sides to people and to society. There's always the yin and yang, as I've often mentioned before. You know, there's the good and bad with everybody. No one's all perfect. Though even though she's a great artist, she may not be great when it comes to being on time. You have some people who are upset with her and her tardiness, but then I did see a few comments online of people who said, hey, we love you, Lauryn. Whenever you can show up, we are there. But for me, I personally would not have addressed the audience as Lauryn Hill did, because she pretty much, as you heard, say that the audience was lucky she was even on stage. Now, to me, when an audience comes to see you perform, that's really a contract. That's a contract between you and that audience. The audience is coming expecting you to perform at the time listed on their ticket, or at least within a reasonable time frame of that time. If you are late, then that disrupts their schedule, because when you look at an audience, they're coming to see your show. It's a form of escapism. That's what entertainment is. It's escapism. Maybe they worked all day. Maybe they have kids, and finally this is a night that they can kind of free their minds and enjoy some good music and enjoy your talents. But even with that, they still have their responsibilities in life. They may have to go to work the next day at a certain time. Their kids may be with a babysitter and they have to pick up their kids at a certain time. So they are expecting you to be on time so that they can also continue to live their lives, but also still enjoy your music. But I also have to think that when Lauryn Hill said that, I can't imagine that she doesn't appreciate her audience. I can't imagine that she doesn't have respect for her audience. It felt like that was a deeper statement, because I know that she's dealt with a lot in this entertainment industry. I know she dealt with a lot of lawsuits. So she may be saying more of, I've dealt with a lot in my life, maybe through business, maybe even personally. So me even just being on this stage is a blessing. But I still just would not have addressed the audience as she did. Just always have that mutual respect. I know that we will continue to celebrate Lauryn Hill. Again, she is a great talent. I know with the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, that of course again was an iconic album. It came out when I was in college. That's all I heard up and down the halls in my dorm room. And then even her follow-up album, the Unplugged album, that really spoke to me because she seemed to deal with a lot of the internal things she was dealing with. And it really spoke to me and inspired me, particularly during a time when I was going through a dark moments emotionally. So I have to imagine that Lauryn Hill cares about her audience. She cares about our feelings because she writes music that inspires us, that motivates us. I believe that to be the core being of Lauryn Hill, and maybe she was just having a rough night. But share your thoughts below on how you feel about what Lauryn Hill said to her audience regarding her tardiness. Leave your comments below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.